This year, met by kindly craftsmen, but let's raise a mighty cheer. Like a ball and sprung, for you sun, land or sea. If this not made him crazy, it ain't the shame from me. Thank you very much. Thank you. I went up Merrill this morning. I mean, people criticised Merrill when it was built because they said they'd lost all these jobs with the steelworks and that. But I mean, to be perfectly honest, you know, when it's the middle of winter and it's snowing or the sleet and the gales blowing, I know where I want to go shopping. I want to go to Merrill where it's air conditioned and it's beautiful, isn't it? And I mean, there's no litter. I mean, you walk up Craigleith High Street with a bag of crisps and your feet just out in the gutter because there's rubbish everywhere, isn't there? But I mean, you go up to Merrill, you know to Merrill because there's a culture of cleanliness at Merrill. They've got these little dust carts going around all the streets, picking all the litter up, and in the malls there's these ladies getting all the bags out with the big brooms and they're clearing. You never see any litter. There's a culture of cleanliness at Merrill. Even the pigeons fly upside down over Merrill. And they wait till they have a Dudley and have a good old crap over there. I went, a couple of months ago, I went to Merrill and I bought myself some real, from Clark's, a shop, good shop Clark's, I bought myself some real tortoise shell shoes. It took me 2 hours to walk back to the car. And I said to the girl in the shop, I said, hey love, I said, I want a pair of them tortoise shell shoes. And she says, okay, she says, what size am you? Because they're still Black Country Merrill, those posh. She said, what size am you? I said, I'm a size 9. She said, we don't do 9s, we only do 43s, 46s, 43s, 45s, 47s. I said, that's too big for me, love. I said, she said, no, she said, we're in the European community, it's all metric sizes now. I said, well, what's the same as a 9? She said, 43. So I said, okay, I'll try a pair of 43. So she fetched these 43, I tried them on. And they were nearly a perfect fit. It's just that my foot's very wide around the brim because I used to play football in the Briley League for about 10 years. And they stamp on your foot and it spreads it a bit. You know? I went to Alzheimer's Grammar School, but I was never very good. I was always bottom of the class. I was no good at maths or English. The only thing I was any good at was football. And when I left school, the headmaster in his office, because he knew I was good at football, he had me in his office, he said, you'll be good for FA, you will. So he knew. And I said to this girl, I said, love, I said, these 43s, I'm a little bit too tight. And she says, oh, she said, you probably want a 9.5 then. I tell you what, the one Merrill's lost a little bit of class. I'll say one thing, because they've got one of these sex shops there now, and I don't like that sort of thing. There's this old lady in this queue to go in the sex shop. She's just in front of me, and she went to the bloke on the counter. She said, "Excuse me," she said, "but do you sell vibrators?" He says, "We got a shop full of." He says, "Take your pick." She says, "Can I have that tartan one up there?" So you got it. They said, "That's me flask." I tell you what, my missus bought one of these vibrators from Amazon. There's only had it 3 weeks. It's knocked all the front teeth out. Oh, it's terrible. My missus is a bit of a snob. She don't like. I'll tell you where she does her shopping. She doesn't like. I mean, I like going in the Asda, to be honest, because it's cheaper, eh? But she likes to go to Sainsbury's in Kidderminster. It's very posh, and it's massive. The one in Kidderminster is massive, and she don't like me to go shopping with her. But when we do go shopping to Sainsbury's, I have to keep my eye on her, because if I lose her, it takes ages, you know, because it's so big. You can lose your wife for half an hour. And yeah, I was in there one day with her, and she toddles off with a card, and I was looking at these magazines, and I looked around, and there she was gone. I thought, oh, blimey. And I thought it's going to take me ages to find her. And there was this bloke where Pete was. He was doing this. I said, mate, I know you. I said, you've lost your missus like me. He said, well, I have to be honest with you. I said, well, it's a hell of a job to find them. I said, but I tell you what, we can halve the time to find our wives here because we'll go down one aisle at a time. You look on the right and I'll look on the left and we should be able to find our respective wives twice as quick. He said, okay, fine. I said, now hang on, before we go any further, I don't know what your wife looks like. He said, well, she's about 38 years old. She's got long blonde hair. She's heavily made up. She's got a 42-inch bust and she's wearing a low neckline. And she's got a mini skirt and black tights and red high heel shoes. I said, right, come on, let's have a look. He said, hang on, I don't know what you're like. I said, never mind my wife.